Are you ready for me? I suspect you're not, actually. I don't know, man. I don't make the rules. But I do think you need a different microphone. I'm looking at this. And, you're getting a lot of music right now. So that must be good. Yeah. Is it you? I'm really not sure who is picking up on my volume right now. So let's try the left camera. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, I think so. That's probably a little on the loud. I wonder what camera that was picking up. It was really picking up some great sound. And I don't have a camera over there with my speakers, so really not sure. But welcome. My name's Amber Nicole. I run a company called Uncharted Tutoring, and I just basically teach people science using art. I mean, it's really that simple. And I'm picking up my workstation because I kind of made a mess. I'm working super duper hard. Not always making stuff as much as I'd like to, quite honestly, but doing stuff. Does doing count? In my book, doing counts. So it's not that I'm not working. It's that I told you a student was hurt, and so my option in life when a student is hurt is to jump in and try to help them, which we were able to do. Me and a teacher of mine, we were able to jump in and help that kid get the services they need. Mostly, honestly, they just needed after school care. We did that. So I have a huge plug out right now. I just really feel like the Boys and Girls Club should get like every little bit of kudos that they can right now. If you feel like throwing money at something that will help the world, throw it at the Boys and Girls Club right now, especially the one here in Manchester, New Hampshire, where I'm located, because they really jumped in and just made it happen. It was fantastic. When the family called me yesterday, they were like, "So, can we go? Can we go?" And I could say yes. Yes, you can go. So, if you feel like throwing a donation at something because you're the kind of person that has that kind of money and does that kind of thing, throw it at the Boys and Girls Club for me, will you? Especially the Boys and Girls Club here in Manchester, New Hampshire. They really worked hard with me to help protect my student and that I was working for, and I just can't say enough good things about how quickly they jumped in to help me, help them. Good things happen when people get together, and so I would really, really like to point you towards the Boys and Girls Club of Manchester, New Hampshire. In the meantime, here's the woodworking project. I did actually end up with a little bit of time right before my stream, hence my being a little late, to put the holes in this thing. I had to test a couple different hole sizes, and it turns out with those Forstner drill bits, you don't want to drill that pilot hole like I did before. So to remedy that, excuse me, to remedy that error I made with the Forstner bit, I put another piece of wood at the top and the bottom, and that gave the Forstner bit something to grip into and begin spinning that hole around so that I could drill the big holes that I needed to drill. And here they are. They do fit over the bottle. I did test that downstairs. One of the things you need to keep in mind when using something like a Forstner bit, especially at the bottom, is it tears through things. I knew this before, so I knew that the piece on the bottom was going to be sacrificial, but I added another sacrificial piece because of the because I drilled that guide hole, pilot hole. There we go, close to the words. And it generates an amazing amount of sawdust and big chunks when you're doing that, but here we are with a bunch of pieces that should work pretty well for what I'm hoping to do. I am going to need to add a smaller hole that I'm going to be able to put string through. I've chosen gray string. I'm not too worried about that. I need to drill that hole still. I think that can be done though with a nice little hand drill. I don't think I'm going to have to go so far as to use my drill press downstairs. Maybe one day, like when I'm super famous, I'll have a bunch of cameras downstairs, but for now I don't. So, if you want to see more woodworking, you can always throw money at me. There's a way to donate on my website. And honestly, okay, if I'm honest, that money's not going to go to a setup of recording downstairs. That money's going to go to like after school care for kids because that's what I really do. I teach kids science using art, okay? That's just what I do. And along with that comes with a lot of making of hands on things. I did do a pretty good job last night, of repairing a physics tool we use in class. Um, it had to be soldered. The solder came loose. It was poor construction, so we soldered that puppy back together and hot glued around it. So now it's a lot more stable. So I am constantly making things and using tools in ways that you don't usually anticipate a teacher, especially an art teacher, doing. So as a reminder, Forstner bits very helpful if you're doing multiple pieces all at once to get them lined up and to efficiency. Put a sacrificial piece at the bottom, particularly. You also are probably going to want a sacrificial piece on the top. I'm looking at this and I don't see anything too heavily dead. So I hate it when it does this, but I'm working with cheap wood here. So if I had done like oak or something, it probably wouldn't do that, right? But this is just pine that I had lying around the house. It's not the worst I've ever seen. The tighter you can clamp it, the better it does. This one's kind of yuck. We'll just point it down, right? I'm not planning on selling these, okay? That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just making a little propagation station for myself. And to review our design plans, bottles, right? I should have a fourth one somewhere. You know what? I think I know where it got to. Okay, and they're gonna hang out like this. Now herein lies the challenge. So to get them through that hole, I tried to make a hole that was just as big as the bottles, but there was a small challenge with that. They wouldn't go through, no matter what I did. So I resolved to solve it another way and just go ahead and put the holes in. Now we talked about some kind of a locking mechanism that would kind of hang out behind the bottles. Right, I'm gonna put this one over here. There we go, so it's a little more stable. Whether that hangs out here, right? Here we go. Let's point you. Here we go. Let's turn you around just a smidge. Not bad. Okay, so we talked about putting like a locking mechanism, kind of like here. I don't know if it would spin out like this or up, but probably out. Out seems more doable with just a little pin. But then we also have to find a way to lock it, which I also don't like. And I don't like the look of this. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm not thrilled. So I got to thinking, and I'm experienced with silicone. So what if there's a way to make them stay or make this bigger so it didn't fall through? And my first thought was just wrapping string around it again and again until it like really got thicker. My second thought was rubber bands. My third thought was silicone. I'm wondering, there's probably some kind of purchasable product online, like through McMaster or something, that will go around the neck of this and make it nice and thick so that, I can kind of add these tubes, these bottles to it and take them on and off, which would be ideal for something like a propagation station. So let's test that theory out with some rubber band. Or a collar, some kind of a collar. I don't know, y'all. I'm just like throwing ideas out there. There's a lot of different ways I could go about this. But let's just kind of proof of concept rubber bands, okay? Like as a real general thickener. Right, because if you get a ring that's a little too big, yeah, this is going to take a lot of rubber bands. If you get a ring that's too big, you can like wrap string around it, right, to make it fit your hand better, okay? Or fit your finger better. So here we are. Okay, so one rubber band, not enough. Not surprising. But what about two? About two rubber bands. Where's the count when you need them? Did Sesame Street really take away the count because he was too scary? I get it. I mean, I don't want kids scared of counting, of all things. But it does sound kind of sad that they might take away the... Okay, so two is close. Two is close. Look at this. It does hold up. I wouldn't want to put water and a plant in it and depend on it. But it's in there. Not bad. Let's do a third, right? A third rubber band. Wah, ha, ha, ha. That's not going to get me a copyright thing, is it? I don't know. Cross your fingers for me, okay? No copyright things. I haven't had a single one yet, okay? Not on Twitch. YouTube gives them to me, however. No matter how many times I... Excuse me. No matter how many times I remind them of that song that I have a license, they always flag it, and I have to go back and be like, no, look, here's my license. Anyways, so 3 rubber bands does it, and it secures it in. It's not particularly attractive, hence why I'm thinking some kind of a silicone O-ring. Cool. An O-ring is going to be the solution here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to find that. So the next step is going to be, let's drill those holes into the edges of these pieces so that I can run string through them. Do you love it? I now have 4 bottles. Each one of these can hold a little sapling. And the light blocking, I think, is going to be good for roots, because you don't want roots to develop leaves. It's kind of adorable already, right? I mean, you can make it just a single propagation station, but my plan is to make it multi-layered and have like several, layers of these bottles holding on for these little plants. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Now I have to decide what color I'm gonna paint it. How many pieces do we have real quick? Is it RGB? Or RGB? Is it ROYGBIV? Can we get the full rainbow up in here? That would be ideal. So I don't really want this piece. This kind of nixes it. I think it was a top-bottom piece. Yeah, look at that. That's a pretty beat-up piece. Not surprising. This one is questionable because of that. Oh, this one's definitely out. Here I am. I'm just looking for little knots, and if I get too few, I'll maybe grab one back in. Okay. Wow. So it left me with. This one's kind of gross, but we'll just hide it by putting it the other direction. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one's usable with a little work. I can fill that and it'll be all right. So we have 8. So what are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Nice. And then I can make little one-offs of these that are less important to me. I love it. I love it. I do have enough bottles for this. Just saying. You saw how many bottles I had. O-rings. McMaster. Is there anyone on who wants to do the research for me on McMaster? What O-ring do I need to order here? It doesn't have to be silicone, just some kind of an O-ring that will go around this. I suppose you'll need the diameters. How did we do that last time? Right, so the opening right here. Here we go. We use a really, really precise ruler. I'm getting it. So this is inches. The precise ruler says just shy of an inch. So I'm sitting here looking at this. Can you see it? No, you cannot. Oh, you can see it. It's on the little screen. Hold on. Right, so I'm going to move these out of the way. This is what we're working on. Here we go. So that is almost exactly 3/4 of an inch. Not quite. It's a little, it's a hair more. So that's the diameter of the top and the diameter of the inside of the bottles. So that 3/4 of an inch diameter right here. Now the diameter of the inner neck of the bottle. That looks like, oh, with my hair in the way, 5/8 of an inch. So someone want to find me an O-ring for that? Bulky is good. Now, what's the diameter of this? Because that needs to be the outer diameter, right? Of what we're doing. It needs to be greater than 7/8. So I'd go for like an inch. So it needs to be greater than 7/8 of an inch. Butamus. Okay, this is someplace. Let's, so the string I have, I plan to tie it with this stuff that I bought for like making macrame work, to make plant hangers, but, I haven't done that. I bought it. I started tying something. It is not done. So this is the diameter that I'm looking at. I'm gonna have to go get a different drill bit. The drill bit I have here is gonna be just a little on the narrow side. Oh, it's just, it might work, but it would be a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna go get another drill bit. Hold on, I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back. Getting tools. Don't worry, I'm back. You were so worried, weren't you? So here's roughly the diameter of this thread or string. This is bigger than that, just a smidge, so that, you know, okay, so I'm gonna have to tighten it. I'm gonna have to like put glue on it and harden it up maybe a little bit to get through the holes and stuff, but I think it'll suffice. Let us clamp all this together, marginally so. I probably can't clamp all 8 together, but let's investigate. I mean, I physically can probably clamp them together. The question is, oh, I didn't grab the drill. I grabbed the bit, but not the drill. It's okay. Here we go. And I will still put the sacrificial pieces on at the top and the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna be okay. They're mildly sacrificial, remember? Because bad things happen to them. So we'll put this one on the bottom, this one on the top. Now remember, this is roughly what we want to do. And I'm gonna really work hard to like tap these things together. Ouch, splinter. I'm finally catching up on Star Trek Discovery. Does anyone watch that? Oh my gosh, I love it. I just love it. I get like frisson, I think is how you say it, every time like the theme song comes on. I think that officially like makes me a Trekkie, and I also kind of curiously wonder if like half of my ideals for life like come from Star Trek. All I want to do is teach kids science, and I think that if everyone understood and loved science, then the world would be a better place, and we would act differently. I don't know. That's probably too simple, but it's where I'm at right now. But my goodness, if we had science for everyone in a really accessible way, in an understandable way, then the world would be a better place. Right? That's how it works. At least that's how it works in Star Trek, so why can't it work like that in real life? Someone tell me why I'm wrong. I'm sure I am. But, you know, I would really much appreciate a world a little different, where science is lauded and appreciated. Appreciate science. Okay, gonna go get that drill. All right, I'll be back. All right, look, honestly, it's not the drill I was like looking for, but it's the one I found, so it's the one I'm going to use. So these are put together. You know what I really actually want to do? I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to reprint that thing that I used the last time to make a guide of exactly where I want to put these holes. Yeah. And I'm probably going to have to clamp to my table to get this done. It won't be the first time. Susan and Billy will look on. And now my computer's really talking to me because, like, it's like, whoa, what are you doing, lady? You got a lot running on me right now. All right, hit the hotkeys of just print that baby. Yep, look at that. It froze a camera and everything. You can see some of me. This one's, okay, why is it just that one? Ugh. How about this? Okay, so it still thinks I'm walking out of screen. That's nice. Let me see if I can fix that for y'all. I'm trying. Hey, all better. Okay, so I printed it. Now I'm gonna cut it down. Oh, it's on thicker paper. You think it's gonna help me out? It might. It just might. I did just put a new blade in my X-Acto, so that should go beautifully. Where did I put the X-Acto? It's a brand new blade. I was using it last night. So I have this like commitment phobia when it comes to stickers. And I print them, well, I don't print them. I take them, pull them off their packaging, and I put them right on a magnet, a flat magnet, and then I can put them wherever I want and move them around. And that seems to keep me placated for a bit. And then I can, like, I don't feel like I've done something horrible to a table that I love, or like endorsed an artist that is maybe horrible, or by purchasing their stuff or any of that. Not finding my X-Acto, that's hilarious because I just put a new blade in it. All right, we'll use the rotary cutter instead. Fabric people, don't hate on me. It's my rotary. I can do with it what I want. And I replace a blade whenever I want. They're not as expensive as they used to be. There we go. It's a nice straight line, you have to admit. I know, I'm even running it over some sawdust. Sewers everywhere hate me now. It's only the woodworkers that'll watch me. I know how it goes. I don't let my fabric scissors touch paper. How about that? Does that make everything better? There we are. Well, I did cut that one, but it didn't really go. There we are. I didn't press hard enough. It's fine. I'm not worried. Hide that, cover that blade back up and magnet it to my side. Yeah, I know, everyone wants that, right? I need this surfness in my feelings right now, today. Who else needs surfness? It's a word. I made it up. It makes me famous that I made up a word and everyone's gonna start using it now. I think I used this for a spirograph thing. Yeah, I know, I'm so cool. So really it came down to, we're just gonna have to go with this. It's not centered anymore because I sanded it out. It's fine. But, there we are. I just discovered this downstairs, that duct tape came in handy. Duct tape fixes everything, if you didn't know that. And one of the great things about duct tape is, you know, these tape rolls are really standard in height and width. So, like, if I need to brace something, I can. Look, it's a brace, or it's a way to hold it up. It's not bad. Third hand, right? So we need, let's switch these on sides so it's a little more balanced. There we go, look. Balance! Who knew? Now I'm gonna try to hit this as straight up and down as I can with this big drill bit. I mean, it's not that big. It's not a Forstner or anything. It's heavy though, the drill itself. There we are. Okay, I'm gonna drill down right on that drill, baby drill. Oh, there is an advantage to this drill that the other drill does not have, and that's that it has a level on the back of it. So if I do this right, the hole will go straight through everything. Watching that bubble more than anything else. It bounces around a lot. I know you can't see it. You can kind of see the drill starting to move. Ooh, there we are. All right, we're through. And as we pull the drill out, we continue it moving. It's easier to pull out that way. And then we'll do this one, okay? Here, do you want to see the bubble? I bet you do. Not just the bubble, though. Here, I'll adjust this camera just a smidge for just this. Ooh, look, nice hair shot. Here we go. You can see that, yeah? And is there space for me to get the drill under there? Yeah, watch the bubble. I'm going to be able to barely see it under the camera like that. I'm going to be probably checking it on camera. Yeah, I'm getting off balance here. Okay. Okay, it's not perfect, but I'll take it. Nice. Okay, just saying. So much sawdust. I guess this is why we have a shop. But I can't show you what I'm doing in my shop. Not the worst drilling. And yeah, that was super protective. Look at this. You see that? Super protective. Cool. Let's clear out this sawdust. And it's not completely gone, you can still see it. But you get the idea of what it is, where I'm headed with this. Now, honestly, I'm going to pull a tray out and I am going to paint these. Probably red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Because who doesn't love the idea of a rainbow propagation station? I feel like it's what my life has been missing. There will be... Okay, so unfortunately, I didn't quite center these perfectly. So let's decide where we get the most positive... Oh, and that one's back a little. Where do we get the best alignment? So that's gonna be there, maybe? The house behind me is getting a lot of work done on it, which is a really good thing. Don't think I don't like it. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. And then I will maybe do something with these as well. Should I drill into them? Probably. One at a time. One at a time. Cool. Well, I need something to put it on. Foil is usually a really great option. So is saran wrap though. So don't, you know, if you're working on stuff like this, don't knock saran wrap as a protective barrier. But I want something stiff to put under it. And I have these old lunch trays, but they're down in the basement. And I don't feel like leaving you guys again. So saran wrap it shall be, But what will I wrap it around becomes the bigger question. Do I have a cardboard box like readily available? Perhaps. Is this big enough? This is probably big enough. Yeah, look at that. I like it. Open it up all the way, we'll flatten it back out, and we'll brace it like with the foil and tape. Hello, Lady Verona. How are you today? It is good to see you. You almost got me reaching for my fabric scissors to cut open this box. Notice I didn't do it, okay? I have limits on the things I will destruct. Here we are. Kitty scissors, because they're generally sharper than the adult size scissors, because everyone thinks the adult size scissors are sharper. And they're not, because the kids destroy them, because I think they're sharper. Grab the kids' scissors. Oh, your in-laws are visiting. That sounds lovely. I hope it's pleasant for you. Oh, that sounds delicious. I've been cooking a lot of pumpkin curries lately. A lot of, yeah, pumpkin curries and a pumpkin soup. Because I finally went through, I finally cooked that like 30 pounds of pumpkin that I grew this year. You know, the pumpkin is the New Hampshire state fruit, so I guess it shouldn't be surprising that the pumpkins did really well in my garden. But I really suspect the plant that most of the weight of that squash came off of was a plant that actually came back from last year. I did not expect a pumpkin to do that. They were large, like the kind you want to carve. But you know, you can eat carving pumpkins too. So yeah, I'm a fan of pumpkin. I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I like pumpkin, but 30 pounds of it. It ended up in a 50-pound curry. I made 50 pounds of curry. It was a pumpkin, garbanzo, spinach, and tomato curry. And then the other ones, it's a Rachel Ray squash soup recipe that I've altered to fit my needs. She's really light on the spices. She's quite bland. I mean, that's just my general observation of her, but that's also her taste bud palette. You heard it here, Rachel Ray. I'm throwing it down. Like she cares. But, yeah, so I'm making a little propagation station here to help propagate my Zabrina. Your cars love pumpkin in their kitty foos. I did not know your cars ate kitty foos. I think she means her cats. She's got cats. Yeah, you cook for your cats. I don't cook for my cats. We got a new couch. That happened. My back's been bothering me, so I decided I give up. I'm going to get an old person couch, but I've decided I'm not looking like an old person. So I've been on the hunt for like almost a year trying to find like the perfect couch, and it hasn't gone well, but I finally found one. It's a recliner, but it's not just a recliner. It's like electronic reclining, which my partner was pretty sure would mean it would last longer than any of those handle crank things, because something about the force or the torque, I don't know, you know, some engineering term, and that it wouldn't put as much stress on the parts. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I have an old lady couch. It doesn't look like an old lady couch. It's very modern looking, but I had to give in, I guess. So now I have a reclining couch, for better or for worse. All right, let's get red. Let's decide which red we're going to use. I'd like the brighter red. Maybe orange. I'm going to use pure school colors. I guess I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. Here we go. Paintbrush. Yours is orange. Mine is tan. It's very, very modern tan, kind of textured looking thing. I'm still trying to get rid of the leather regular old couch that we had. But I think I've got someone to take it. A bakery that a friend of mine owns, it has some plans for their space that might work for a couch like that I have. So I'm hoping they're going to come pick it up on Sunday. That's the hope and goal. So here's hoping that happens. And if it doesn't, you know, a group I work with is collecting furniture for Afghan and Ukrainian refugees. So that ought to do good things. But yeah, you know, just doing the things, living life, trying to keep kids out of dangerous situations, teaching them science where I can. I have a lot to do today. I just have a lot in general in life to do. It feels like a lot of the time. With running a company and trying to recover after COVID, it's kind of intense. But I'm getting there. In time. Yes, rainbow colors, of course. I'm not planning on glitter, but I am planning on a rainbow. How about that? Hey! Here we go. So that's almost all the sides covered. It's okay. I plan on doing several coats here. So I'm not too worried if it's not perfect the first time. Actually, really not worried at all if it's not perfect the first time. It will take several coats of paint. Are you guys gonna like watch paint dry with me? I know how to be fun. Paint dry. That's what we're gonna watch. Yeah. So I got to meet with another art group this morning that has facility, wants more programming. What do you know? I have programming, need facility. So I don't know, there's something there. Just got to define it. And I'm working on a grant with the city, or for this, you know, to apply, that the city is in control of. So here's hoping that goes well. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, writing a grant is like wicked silly. Anyways, the way it seems that they're asking for us to do, I don't know, it's just silly. I just have to constantly reprove that I'm doing good things for kids. I've never applied for a grant before. It just seems annoying. And I do a lot of good stuff for kids, so I'll do the work, but they could make it better. They could make it easier. Just look at my Instagram page. There, can't you see I'm helping kids? I know, they're vetting. That's fine. Fine. Making sure the money goes to the right place. I don't want to knock them for that. All right, there's the red one. Nice. Now we'll do the orange one. I'm not even going to clean the brush, okay? Like, I'll wipe it off, give it a nice dry, kind of scrubby layer. But then I'll just move straight into orange, because this is the first layer. This is going to take more than one layer. Why waste time and resources cleaning the brush when it's just going to move around? You know, just saying. And when you're painting wood, generally you should be like going with the grain. Just saying. Paint, paint, paint. What other exciting things do I have going on? Well, I did solder that device we use in our lessons, that we're going to use in our lesson today. So that'll come up on Instagram soon. It was not streamable. I was still figuring things out. My soldering iron, I'm ashamed to say, wobbles. So I didn't want to put that fully live in front of people. So you can judge it. You can watch the Instagram and point out the wobbling soldering iron. But yeah, so you can check that out when it posts to Instagram. I haven't edited it yet though, so it'll be a bit. Just keep your eyes open for the soldering iron of me fixing the physics toy. It was a very expensive physics toy from FAO Schwartz. It's apparently an expensive toy store in New York. I'm not particularly impressed that the soldering on it broke, but it's fine. I can totally fix it, and I'm going to write the date when I fixed it, and that way I'll know that I don't have to do it again, I think. And I will probably eventually do like all 15 that we own. You know. So that's a thing. All right, so yellow is going to be heavily influenced by this orange. I'm still not going to clean the brush, okay? Because that's extra work, and I don't feel like it. This is the first coat. It'll just give it depth. It's an underpainting. It's a Dutch painting technique, okay? It'll make the colors look more rich. Am I making it up as I go? No, I mean, it's a true technique, so I'm not really making anything up. I'm just trying to make my job easier and take less work. And since I know there's going to be multiple layers, like a lot of people would just paint it white the first coat because it's not worth the time or effort, whatever. I'm not doing that. Whatever. Whatever, man. Chrome yellow or straight yellow? I'm going to go for the straight yellow. Yeah, straight yellow. Here, I'm coming back. I'm not gone. Not gone. And the next one will be green. Whoop. Yeesh. Drip, drop, drip, drop. So if you really want orange to come through, would you prime it white? It'll save you money to prime it. Honestly, on orange, I would probably prime it yellow and then paint the orange on top. That would make it a really bright, like your eye picks up on it even when it's not quite there. That's what I would do. But I would also probably not. So like if you gold leaf something, you don't paint it black underneath. You paint it red, and that makes the gold leaf appear richer. I've read. I don't do a lot of gold leafing, but I have interest in learning it, so I've read about it. The one person I know who knows how to do it, like on an expert level, declined to teach me. She doesn't do it that much anymore, so whatever. But yeah, you can always find it on YouTube or whatever, but I just wanted to learn from my friend. But that's okay. She doesn't like to teach. It's fine. Not everyone's a teacher. There we go. See, I'm just... So it's definitely a darker yellowy orange color that's on this because of how I'm doing this. And that's I'm totally okay with because it's just the undercoat. It's just the first base. You're not going to see this at all. This will not be a part of the final product. It's just going to soak into the wood and start to seal it up and do the things. Ooh, the red's coming through quite a bit. I might actually, red and green are like opposites, so I am probably going to clean the brush now. I need water. Hold on. Water! Where's the bucket? There's my heavy metal death cup. The heavy metal death cup is what water goes in because I use some heavy metal paints and I don't want the kids to grab them. Alright, so there's the yellow. Here's my mostly clean brush. Putting the paint back, and I'm going to grab the green. The question is, what green am I going to use? That really emerald or light? I'm going to lean towards the light. I don't know, I might change my mind like later, but once I get all the colors laid out. Actually, I probably will, but for now I'm going to start with the light green. Ooh, it's very watery. It came out fast. I'm not wearing my apron, and I'm wearing a dry clean only skirt. This is dangerous, as I just thought about it. I'm dressed up today because I had that meeting, and I wanted to look like I knew what I was doing. painting this down all nice. It's nice bright green. And I may go darker green on top and this may just end up being the base coat. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, a lot of people paint a white base coat and it is cheaper. If you put enough layers of paint on it, I don't think it'll really make that much of a difference. Because the paint is opaque. At least the paint I'm using is opaque. If you're using some kind of enamel, that's not quite technically opaque. Yeah, that green's fun, right? Let's pick our blue. I lean towards a bright blue, kind of a cerulean. Yeah, let's grab the cerulean. It'll really make a good case for using that bright green. It's not pride flag colors, but you know, we can make it work. People get what I'm saying. There we go, look at that. Beautiful. Love it when things come together. Here we go. Cool. Nice cerulean blue. Or a sky blue. I will likely sand these as well. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And now for the purple. Cool. I need a rag. I don't want to introduce that much water to the purple paint I'm about to use, which is part of why that light green was so light on the wood. Dark purple or light purple? I'm going for the light. I can always change it to the dark if I decide it doesn't work for me anymore. That's the joy of being the artist. Ooh. Nice. So paint that purple on. Beautiful. A little bit of blue shining through gives it character. And you're never gonna see it, like I said. Oop, a little purple got on the blue. It's okay too. Coolness. So if I leave it on this saran wrap to dry, it will get some of that texture from the saran wrap on it. I'm not too worried about it, but I'm probably going to lift them up and move them around a bit. Just kind of see, it's already picking up some of that texture. I don't know if you can see that shine. Yeah, look at that. It's fine. You could also like lean them in against each other in like some kind of teepee format, especially at this early stage. Like they'll stick a little bit to each other. I can pull them apart. But I do kind of need that water, so maybe not there. Here's a slime container. Slime containers are great. Nothing sticks to polypropylene. Yeah, like this. Slime containers. I think I didn't make a zombie slime yesterday. I mean, my students did, but I didn't like make one as an example. I let all the kids make the whole thing. And it was adorable, as always. As always, the kids are always great. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, yeah. that's the painting. I need a wipe for my hands. I'm just gonna use this one. Don't do this. Cool, this is what my hands look like most often, right? Put the paint away. Yeah, I could wear gloves, but like, who cares? If you're judging me because I got paint on my hands in a negative way, then we're not friends. Everyone who knows me knows I'm going to be covered in paint at all times. Now, I've been washing my hands a lot more because of COVID, to the point that they started bleeding and cracking and drying all the time. So I had to stop wearing my wedding ring because it would crack the most there. I'm wondering if, now that it's officially over, whatever, well, the CDC has lowered its guidance metric whatever for my area in New Hampshire, so that's interesting. So mask free is like totally kosher right now. I'm still wearing a mask. I am compromised, so I am still wearing a mask. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like we're going to Georgia in 2 weeks. I did not think that would happen. Another cousin is getting married. This one's going to be a quick in and out. We're not going to be there as long as previous weddings. But I didn't think I'd be going because I didn't think we'd reach this point, or I don't know how I feel. I don't know. It's weird. I went dress shopping this weekend and really just discovered that everything in my closet is way better than what's in the store. It's so cheap. It's so ugly. And it's not made for anyone with any kind of a figure. Yeah, it's all made for like teenagers. So if you're a teenager, now's a good time to go dress shopping. I'm not a teenager. Thinking about next steps here for this. I did end up finding a skirt at like Goodwill, and it goes with this like really lovely satin corset top I got, but it looks a little prom-like, and I think the wedding's gonna be a little more formal than that, so I might just go with my like really austere black with a white stripe on it kind of look. It's like a little gothic, but like modern goth. I don't know. No frills, no lace, just like kind of like a race car. I think that's gonna be my look for the wedding. I don't know what day my partner's gonna wear. It is black tie, which means tux, but a good suit's acceptable. He doesn't have that. That's on him. He gets to figure it out. It's not my job. It's frustrating though. I need more rag. I need more rag. I need more rag. But it should be interesting. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to going to the South. The South has been less COVID friendly than I have. I don't know, New Hampshire didn't do the best job. Like, the middle of the country, like, DC did all right. Northern Virginia did all right. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I just don't want to deal with the people. All right. So we gotta let that dry. Are we to the point of a second coat on any of this? No, we're not. You gotta let it soak in, and then I'll sand it a little bit. I'll take some of the ridges down, and then do another coat. Yeah, other exciting things. I'll put the tape away, try to clean up just a smidge, because gotta do that. Yeah, put everything away. Did you want to see my teeth again? It's great, right? Okay, rubber bands go over here. Water will get dumped out in the sink. And we'll also put the tools away. The clamps, the drill, bits. Yeah. the rulers back where they belong. I'm not someone who likes to clean. I don't like putting things away. I'd much rather pull them out and let someone else put them away. I know. I'm a terrible person. I think everyone's pretty much that way, though. No one wants to clean. I mean, there's some people that get like stress relief from it. I'm not one. What other exciting things do I have going on? I don't know. That's about it. I don't even know if it's like positive or negative yet. I'm like still trying to figure it out. But the wedding should be fun, right? Weddings should be fun. That's what they say. I don't know. I'm nervous, okay? I'm just nervous. I have a friend who's going to Israel in 2 weeks. They have quarantining still in place. I don't know, y'all. Just don't know. I'm compromised, so I'm like terrified. I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to spread it to someone who's more compromised than I am. That just sounds like a bad bunch for all of us. I don't make the rules. I don't know how. No, I know how to make the rules for like my company and stuff. But as far as the rest of the world, I don't know how to deal with it. All right, clamps can get clamped to my bench or my little cart here. This is not one of my clamps, it's a house clamp. What else? Yeah, canine skull. Cool. Well, that's about as all cleaned up as I can get without like going everywhere and leaving you hanging. So I think that's my time. I did promise an hour, and I am here at an hour in my busy time of everything. Summer camps are getting started. Everyone's talking about those schedules. It's all a thing. It's all a thing. Yeah, stuff. I got nothing else. All right, so I guess I'll say peace, love, and science to you, and hope you have a delightful day, and stay healthy, you know, all that. Peace, love, and science.